Good Physical Friday, citizens of this city. It is I, your champion, your savior, the terror that faps in the night, the HeroFizzer. And boy howdy. Last night was an interesting one. We tried out Persona 5, the Phantom X. I think I need to just, wash the taste out of my mouth with a little bit of the old boob juice. No better place to get it than a bunch of busty shinobi, so here we are with Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. Now, as I've been saying all week, I have no idea if this is going to be the last stream of the game or not. Because, we've been lucky, compared to the Hanzo route, with regards to the number of visual novel bits that we've been dealing with. So, thankfully, we're not dealing, we haven't seen that much of them, but I worry that that the only reason for that is because it's all gonna be backloaded into the last couple of bits of the Hebijo route. No idea, though. No idea. But it is the weekend regardless. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I know I'm gonna enjoy mine. It is Go Fest weekend for Pokemon Go, and I'm hoping to get the hell out of some shiny Pokemon. Some that I might not have in Go, some that I just need in general, but can't find in the mainline Pokemon games for one reason or another. Some that are just a bitch to hunt down in Scarlet and Violet. But most important of all is searching for a shiny Zamazenta that I can put into Pokemon Home. I've got shiny Zacian, but I've only got one. So I really need to fix that at some point. But this is not about that, is it? No, we are here tonight to see if we can finish up the Hebijo route. I have confidence that we will. It's just a matter of how long it might take. But I'm hoping to, because as I've been saying for a while, tomorrow, assuming that we do beat this, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, but I'll try to get to that later. I think we've spent a bit of enough time just going on here, so let's continue. Yeah, so we're Chapter 3, Part 7. Honestly, yeah, this feels like we are close to the end of it. But we'll see. We'll have to see. We're back with Fan Service, the video game. Yes, we are, and hello to you, Skullbone. Happy to see you as always. We're just getting ready to go through with this. I'm kind of happy because it feels like we're... Oh, god damn it. I was gonna say, I feel like we're getting closer to the end and we're more likely to beat it tonight than we are, holding off till tomorrow, but then we get a visual novel thing, and I'm just... Mirai shouted at me, then turned and ran off down the beach. I didn't know what was going on with her. All I could do was stand there, dumbfounded. Watching her shrinking form disappear into the distance gave me a weird, dark sensation in my chest. She's already tiny. How much more shrinking can she get? She still hasn't come back. We've been given an extra 3 days at the beach to look for her. We are getting close to the end. 2 more chapters. No, I know. It's dependent on the number of these that we have to go through. Hebijo students who go AWOL are treated as renegades since they know classified information. The punishment's about as harsh as you'd expect. Death? A few years in prison at least. Oh, well, that's not so bad then. So far, Master Suzune's managed to keep a lid on it. I mean, listen. If you're going to be imprisoned for it and not killed, I feel like, you're getting 3 square meals a day. The official explanation is that she's doing extracurricular training. Even so, that cover story has only bought us 3 days. If we can't find her by then, we'll have to report her disappearance to the school. The first and second days have come and gone. My God. I'm sorry, it's weird that it's quiet, right? If we don't find her today, she's in serious trouble. The beach. Yet here we are at the marketplace. The riverbank, the mountains, the barrens, the varens. We search until our legs are stiff and sore, but there's no trace of her anywhere. She is a shinobi student, after all. It only makes sense she wouldn't be easy to track. You don't suppose she's left the area entirely? Hamura doesn't usually look this unsettled. If Mirai used these 3 days to get a head start, there's no way we're going to find her. It's your own fault for giving her that much time. Bah, no point in thinking about it. All we can do is keep looking. We split up to go on searching individually. I try to imagine how Mirai's feeling. That's the problem I was talking about before, the need to over-explain everything like we do. Like, do we really care that they searched all those places just to say this? Yeah. Like, I think I've talked about this before. That it does feel like it is just padding for the time, but I have to imagine, and I feel sorry for the writer who, both in the original Japanese and the translation, that had to write all this stuff, because I have to imagine a lot of people were just skipping over these because they didn't care. They just wanted to get through the game. And it's like, it is a lot, but it just begs the question of, okay, why didn't you just turn these into regular cutscenes instead of all of this? I feel like there had to have been a reason for all of this. I don't know if there's interviews about it, but I would love to know from the creator, from the people who designed the original game, what their reason was for these particular bits. Did she really want to leave Hebijo? It didn't seem like it. And if I'm right about that, she probably hasn't gone far. Achoo! See? I searched the back alleys of a deserted shops district. Mirai. Well, I see a spot where somebody was kneeling, but those definitely aren't Mirai's knees. Where are you? Over here! Where did you go? Where did you come from, one-eyed Mirai? The sun is setting. The flowers are blooming. And kids like you should be burning in hell. We don't have much time left. As I look high and low, I feel a sensation of deja vu. I think it must have been because it was a budget, because they do reuse a lot of stuff. Like in these visual novels, it is the same background. I remember I had this experience before. You are right in that it is just like the same backgrounds over and over, but I don't know. It seems like a very, I don't know. Because, I mean, back on the 3DS, it's not like it was really that much graphical upgrade. Like, they couldn't do much graphically. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, back then, like, something like this, Burst Renewal, shows how much they can do when they have enough of a budget and they have enough of stuff that they want to use. But you go back to the 3DS version, and it's literally just the models being, swiped left and right, off screen and on screen, just standing in different positions. And you can only have so many people on at a time. I don't have any parents. My earliest memories take place in an Okay, so it's Yomi. I guess I must have been abandoned. Even as a no. Even as a child, I had no emotions, so the other kids used to tease me constantly. One second. Forgot about my phone. There we go. Okay. Even as a child, I had no emotions, so the other kids used to tease me constantly. But since I didn't feel anything, being called weird or dead-faced obviously didn't... Okay, so it's Hikage. Most of the kids seem to find my attitude unpleasant, to put it mildly. So with the backstories, this makes sense. I'm fine when it's talking more about the characters. Right, no, I do get that, but... At age 8, I escaped from the orphanage. Not for any compelling reason. I was just uncomfortable, so I thought I'd leave. People can live on their own. Even if you have nowhere to go, you can live off the clothes on your back, in theory. A child living that way turned out, well, pretty much like you'd expect. An unsavory character. So... Harvey Weinstein? I don't know, I just threw a name out there. I fell in with a street gang. I don't know how many were in the gang exactly, since there was a lot of turnover. But not when it's just mundane things being dragged. Yeah, no, again, I get that. It's just... But it's not even interesting in the way that it keeps your attention. I feel like if they just had it be the characters talking over and we weren't given the novelization version, we'd be fine. Our leader was a girl named Hinata, maybe 20 years old or so. She had smooth, pretty skin and always wore trendy clothes. She looked more like a model than a gang member. So, what, Harley Quinn? Despite her looks, she was deadly with a knife. Not someone you'd want to cross. Yeah, Harley Quinn. She was downright sadistic in a fight, which terrified everyone around her. God damn it, now that I'm actually thinking about it, imagine Harley Quinn drawn in the style of Senran Kagura. Just like me, Hinata had escaped from an orphanage. Maybe that's why she noticed me. Whatever reason she had, she took good care of me. Even in the gang, I got teased a lot about my expressionless face. But Hinata was different. She'd tell me there was nothing strange about me. Oh, they could have done it like Neptunia does, where it's still the characters on screen and they're still... Yeah, again, yes, you are correct. And I think we have actually talked about that one before. I was fine just the way I was. She always used to tell me that. I hate to say this. I'm not disagreeing with you. But I do feel like there definitely could have been better ways to go about this. But at the same time, I feel we're going around in circles about it, too. It was a weird thing to say, really. At least, no one had ever told me anything like that before. She was different from the others. I wanted to be near her. I wanted to hear her voice. I must have followed her around like a puppy for... I don't know how long. People can live on their own, but living by yourself is dull. Spending time with Hinata taught me that. Open your heart, people say, and you will see. They sounded like lyrics to a song. About a hedgehog. Without emotions, I never quite knew if I was doing it right. But, maybe, feeling like I did towards Hinata, that was what opening my heart felt like? Like, the cutscenes are still long and inept, but at least it is better than this, where we don't see anything. I mean, granted, that is kind of part of novelization reading, is that you have to imagine a lot of the stuff going on. You have to have a very good imagination for stuff that's happening. Like, it's kind of like what you get in your head, what readings say, just as an example, The Hunger Games. And then seeing how they put that huge-ass cornucopia into play in the movie versions. Like, there is a difference between what's going on in your head and the set designer's head. Even now, I can't say for sure. And I'm not saying that it's bad to have to do so much imagining what's going on, but it's just that it goes on for so long, especially for somebody like me who's streaming this. One day, someone in our gang screwed up and pissed off a rival gang. It escalated until they wanted us all dead. One after another, our gang members turned up dead, slaughtered. They had no problems killing our younger members. I had a few pretty close shaves myself. At the rate things were going, we were going to be wiped out, so Hinata set up a parlay. But she never came back from it. Like, I want to say more, but it's just, this is also going on for a bit. I looked for her. I don't even know how many days I kept on searching. The rest of the gang said she'd made a break for it, but I didn't believe that. Hinata wouldn't abandon the gang, she wouldn't abandon me. Or, she probably could have. Even while everyone else left the hideout one by one, I searched and searched. One day I happened to look in a back alley behind the shops district. Weirdly enough, there seemed to be a spot where somebody was kneeling. I saw a familiar-looking figure lying in a dumpster. It was her knees. It can't be. Please let me be wrong. Please. God or anyone. I'm begging you. Don't take Hinata away from me. Whoa! Sorry, did the scene just do a fisheye lens? I staggered to the front of the dumpster. There lay Hinata, limp as an old rag, illuminated by the orange light of the sunset. Oh, hey, Dampier. Now, you're not too late. It's only been like 20 minutes. We haven't even really gotten far. It's just another of the VN bits. This is more for like animation style type of stuff, not for a video game. Yeah, no, you are. I mean, granted, like visual novels are obviously a thing, but it's just I can't really because listen, I am a writer myself, but I understand what you are trying to say. It's just I really can't like go against my craft. Do you get what I mean? I screamed until my throat hurt, but she didn't answer. Because of all the flies just flying around her. Her smooth skin had been slashed to ribbons. I touched her blood-drenched form. I felt how cold she was, how the warmth had been completely drained away. I touched her breast. It bled on me. See, like, here is probably a good example of this. You would not be able to show the shit that this Hinata girl went through. Like, you really have to imagine it in your head. And sometimes your imagination can probably be more gruesome than what was intended. It's kind of like Doctor Doom without his mask. They have taken the mask off a couple of times, but you never get to see what's actually underneath that. Or even better, the noodle incident from Calvin and Hobbes. I mean, my God, that was brutal. She was dead. Long dead. Her favorite knife lay by her side. I picked it up and gripped it tightly. I held onto it as hard as I could, as if I were holding onto her soul. Ugh. I felt a strange sensation inside, as if my heart were in free fall. So that dripping sound, was that you just being excited? Yeah, that's excitement. A little unnerving, but it was like rain on your wedding day. Rainfall inside of me. Just raindrops falling on my heart. I don't really count visual novels as games since you're really not playing them, making decisions. See, again, that really does depend on a lot of things, because Action Taimanin, I feel, has a similar issue where, like, the scenes go on for a long time. You're still looking at the characters as they're talking, but I still feel like it has a similar dilemma where so much of it is just talking, but you're not really playing the game. I speak her name without even thinking. I'm passing by a dumpster in the shops district when I glance inside and see someone dressed like Mirai. Wait for it. Just wait for it. The image of Hinata's dead body rushes back into my mind. A chill runs down my spine. With a lump in my throat, I approach the dumpster. Oh. Ugh! Mirai's body is in the garbage. She's not even twitching. Oh dear. Mirai, this can't be. My strength leaves me. I drop to my knees. Oh no, it was her spot with the knees. Okay. Then she sits up. Okay, you found me. So much for playing dead. Oh my god, ooh. She gives me an awkward look. You idiot. You don't just play dead. Do you have any idea how worried we've been? I mean, Jesus Christ, you can actually hear a hint of emotion coming from Hikage. That is how you know you fucked up. I feel something drip in my heart. Drip, drip, drip. Drip, 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 drip. Drip. Just like when I lost Hinata, there's rain inside me. Mirai looks at me shocked. Hikage, are you crying? Like, yeah, so much of this could, like, this could just have been filled with art. I don't know why they couldn't pay for more art instead of the backgrounds. Crying? Me? That can't be. God, how many times... If I was playing a drinking game, for how many times this game has said, that can't be, or this cannot be, or something to that extent. If I was an alcoholic, I'd have been drunk by now. Fortunately for me, tonight the most you're getting out of that is a can of C4 Hawaiian Punch. Isn't crying only supposed to be for when you're sad? Finding you is a good thing. I can't be crying. As I say that, I take Mirai's hand. No, Hikage. Tears can be happy too. She gives me a tiny smile and offers me a handkerchief. Am I really crying? Am I? I don't know, feel your face, idiot! No, that could never be. I don't have any emotions. Nothing could make me cry. It just can't happen. But maybe that raindrop feeling in my heart is the sound of tears? See, like, this is great. Like, this could have been 10 minutes of Hikage backstory instead of 5 minutes explaining how they searched places we don't see in Hebijo laws that never come up again. That is... See... I do think about that a bit. There is a bit of world building to this, even if it doesn't come back at any point. If that's true, then maybe I dab my eyes with Mirai's handkerchief. Oh. I look down at the fabric. It's just a little bit damp. Dude thinks he's Batman. Are we talking about me or Hikage? Because Hikage is definitely... Mirai, why'd you run away? I can't understand if you don't tell me. Anyway, let's head back for now. Okay. No, I'm not going back. I don't want to. Yeah, Hikage being Batman is not really a surprise. You know, if you just up and leave, they'll call you a renegade, right? Oh god, who wants to be an Ultimate Warrior knockoff? Jesus. I know. And I know what happens to renegades. But I still can't go back. Okay, no, you're fine. Have it your way. I'll drag you back myself. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, the reason that I tanned Hikage is because she was caught sunbathing early on, but it was under the roof or something. But I just figured I'd have fun with it. I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but I'm okay with that. Actually, I wonder how many times I've said that. Damn it, okay, wow! Yep, regret! Regret! Well, not that much regret. Okay. Well, maybe harsh for you. I mean, you're easy on the eyes, though. It's fine, it's an option in game, might as mess around with it. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I also don't want to just, like... I don't want to spend, like, a goddamn hour trying to accomplish it in frantic mode. I'd rather just, like, do the deed. Oh, you meant the tanning. I'm sorry. For some reason, when you said that, I thought you were talking about the frantic. But goddamn, it is so easy to just corner her like this. She boobily battled to the end, yes. God, is that the first time Boobli's shown up in the Senran Kagura streams? Aha! God, she's so happy about herself. I can't be mad at her. I'm cheesing it, bitch! Alright, I might as well. Now see, here are some characters I would love to see modded into Zenless Zone Zero with their jiggle physics. What are they doing moaning in that bush? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? I mean, that tail's not just for show, you know. You were holding back, weren't you? If you'd beaten me, you could have gotten away. So why pull your punches? Because I don't want to fight. Yes, I very much would, preferably with visual aid. Yeah, unfortunately, the game's not going to give you that much. We've already discussed. You're all such good friends. I don't want to hurt any of you. But if I stay at Hebijo with the way things are right now, if I go berserk, I wouldn't be able to stop myself. Go berserk? What? Like in the super secret ninja art scroll mission? Yeah. When we attacked Hanzo, I could feel myself losing control. It was like I was going crazy. I was... You know what? No, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that. It doesn't really... Nah. I see. I get it. I'll pretend I didn't see you. I don't want to hurt you either. I definitely don't want to kill you. But if you let me go... Don't worry about me. Go on. Get out of here. Okay. It's really strange. When I think of fighting her, my heart hurts. But when I think of fighting Katsuragi, my heart starts racing. Like, what is this doki feeling that I'm having? Is it a panic? Or is it a literature club? I don't get it. These sensations are all just weird. Is this really what emotions feel like? Well, better you experience that now than, you know, when you're shot by a gun just after some dude cuts blood onto a coin. It's called gay panic, Ikage. Exactly. Gay panic! Gay panic! Oh! Gay panic! Gay panic! Wish I could find that song again. I saw the original once after I saw somebody put together an AMV of damn it, Amity from Owl House. Mirai's death, Hikage's despair. Yeah, that sounds like an anime episode title, all right. All right. What's funny is that she's trying to avoid fighting them, but fighting them anyway to get away. Oh god, is that what's going to be happening for the rest of this? Like, is this the Hibari of Hebijo? Hikage told me what happened. Then just let me go if I went berserk around any of you. Listen, we know that machine gun under your skirt is deadly, but come on. You dumbass! I already told you, the only ones who went berserk were weaklings, physically and mentally. But I do understand the sentiment, because she got scared of the whole scroll mission a while back. That is very easy to understand. I do understand from her perspective. But at the same time, like, Hamura is making a very good point. But Mirai, listen to me. If you are weak, then you just have to work to improve yourself until you're not. Go on, tell me I'm wrong. The first thing you need is training. You have to at least try to get stronger before you decide to run away. Why am I shouting all of a sudden? God damn. I put more effort into that than I did anything last night. Fight me, Mirai. I don't mean some pointless fight to the death. I want you to fight for your right to stay at Hebijo. You gotta fight for your right to stay at Hebijo! Wait, that doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? The only people not affected are non-main characters. You'll be fine, right? Exactly, but here's the thing, which is I find very interesting. Mirai doesn't really seem to see herself as a main character, despite the fact that she does have a costume change and everything else, but... Okay, I'm counting on you, Hamura. Yosh! God, I wish Yosh was one of those words that you could just use in English and... It feels like it has a good impact. Yep. You telegraphed that one. Beautiful shot right there. Oh, they bounce. You know, it's just funny to me how both of these fights are just me going against Mirai. It's like, you can't even give Mirai a little bit of a fighting chance. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. I just realized where my health is right now. No, actually, I should be fine for a little bit longer. Oh! Or not! To be fair, I don't think she's beaten Hikage or Hamura. Yeah, it's a good point. This fire is out of control. We're gonna burn this city, burn this city. This fire. I don't know why that came to my head watching Hamura transform. Probably the fire in her hands or something. It's a good song, though. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay. That was weird. Oh, god damn it, Hamura. Oh, come on, you can be a little nicer to her. Actually, just something funny I was thinking about with that song. Why, of all songs, was it the theme song for Cyberpunk 2077? Looks like I won. I really am weak. Man. But I want to get stronger. Stronger and stronger! Well, at least she has the same aspirations for a shinobi as she does her bosom. And I'm sure you will. Anytime you want to spar with me, I'm ready. But can I really go back? Aren't I already a renegade? Has it been 3 days, you dummy? Don't sweat it. If you come back now, there won't be any trouble. Besides, where good favors few, evil accepts all, right? Come on, let's go home. The Hamura, we're already home. Wow, that was fast. Alright, well that's the end of that at least. Clear chapter 3. Yep, so we got 2 more to go. Assuming there aren't more visual novel bits, I'm sure there has to at least be 1 more before we get to the final boss. But beyond that, I have no clue. Might as well keep on triangling. I do like the friendships, if anything, in this. Yeah, their relationships are still good and strong. Alright, time to run the underclasswomen ragged. Huh? Hibari, what are you doing here? I wanted to see this place for myself. Intelligence gathering is my specialty. You know, I think I made this joke before, but you put a detective hat on top of her. Who does she remind you of? Don't tell me you're actually marching into Hebijo headquarters. I came to transfer, like you said. That's not part of the script. Hibari, what are you doing? Are you improvising? The hell? Eh? Yeah! I'm as confused as you are. I was confused about this the first time I played it. Wait a moment. Seriously? Of course, where good favors few, evil accepts all, yeah? She looks like sharks enjoy her company. Not that detective. Like, with the pink hair and the bow in the front of the head and the big boobs. Like, you drape her in a black dress, which I guess is part of the school's, I don't know. I'm too klutzy for the good team, so I thought I might fit in better out here. So you thought. I know, you probably think I'm up to something. Yes, absolutely, because this is not how things played out last time. What the hell? It's basically the same story surrounding the scroll, but different events. I guess, but... So how about this, Haruka? Fight me, bitch. Why? You'll get it if you fight me. You'll see where I'm coming from. The other games are like that also. You know, I can kind of excuse that. I remember Peach Beach Splash. That is a kind of an obvious example, I think. But it's a bit more obvious because, you know, you've got like 4 or 5 different academies fighting around for some grand wish. And of course, in the end of it, none of it matters because you don't have a finalist anyway because shit happens. And again, I can kind of understand it from the perspective of having multiple characters, multiple schools involved and everything else, but I don't know, when it's only Hebijo and Hanzo, that's where I just tilt my head. The same concept and story, but from the POV of different teams. No, I get that, it's just, but... I'm trying to figure out how to explain it, because in my head, I'm thinking to myself, well, wouldn't you kind of want it to be similar to one another? Because, you know, yeah, you actually weren't here for last week when I was talking about it. I always did find it weird how in the Hebijo route, you're basically telling me that the Hebijo girls knew about the Hanzo girls, but in the Hanzo route, the Hanzo girls don't know a damn thing about the Hebijo girls, and I completely forgot to give her this outfit. I feel like if I try to figure out the multiple paths thing a little too much... Don't worry, don't think about it. The timeline makes no sense, as there's 2 different timelines, apparently. Well, 3 if, from, what I've heard. I think, oh, okay. I think after the events of New Wave, New Link, there's another timeline, and maybe the, Asuka and Hamura from that timeline are in another timeline now. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna go Austin Powers cross-eyed it. Trying to think too much about it. What did I say the other day? Especially regarding Donkey Kong Country. I gotta tell myself, it's just a show. I really should relax. Wait, is there no end? Oh, wait, okay. God, I didn't realize how big this whole place was. Damn. Okay, wait. Where'd you go? Oh. There we did that. Okay. I'm starting to Haruka, I'm starting to think that your moves are not consistent. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think it's time to wrap this up. Where are you? There we go. Yeah, but not to mention, they only did different POVs of all characters to make them likable because they're waifus. Yeah, listen, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that, because you want to have a good perspective of each character for the fans of them and everything else. I understand. But trying to give it, like... see, I think that's why Senran Kagura 2 works. Because it's just one consistent storyline shifting between Hebijo and Hanzo. And that works. But I feel like trying to give everybody, like, their own storylines and then just having it all come together in one that is unrelated, it just confuses a little. I saw your conviction in that fight. You're no liar. You truly wish to transfer to Hebijo. And Estival Versus, it's just one story too. See, yeah, that would be preferable. Yeah, I want to do my best right here with you. Oh, right here, right now. No, I didn't mean it like that. Too late. Oh, how exquisite. I want to grab hold of you and squeeze. Oh god. Katsuragi flashbacks. Katsuragi flashbacks. Hold on. Here. Take this. This is the Hanzo scroll? I want everyone else to know they can trust me too. This certainly will remove all doubts. They'll accept you just like that. Great. Looking forward to working with you, Haruka. See, welcome to Hebijo Clandestine Girls Academy, Hibari. It's a pleasure to have you. Who can outgoon the other Haruka or Katsuragi? You know what? Katsuragi is such a boob pervert, but let's be honest, Haruka is the Dami mommy. She would find new ways to make Katsuragi just gush. Now see, this is... okay, don't tell me anything, because I actually don't remember what happens with Hibari at this point in the Hebijo route. But this kind of illustrates how I feel about the changes that they make to try to differentiate between the two routes. It feels like Hibari comes off just a little bit worse. Instead of just, you know, losing to Haruka and... being forced to be a part of Hebijo. Now, obviously, we've got Hibari as part of the academy, so... oh god, Hibari has seen some shit. So what was it, Hibari? Was it the piston machine? I've said this so many times, but I really do wish this was like a thing that they would have just done. Yeah, I think the loose socks was the one we used last time with her. Either way, I'm going with it. She is still being forced, I guess, but, you know, rather than just being caught, she just comes up to Haruka. I don't know, it feels like a weird choice. And maybe when I finally come around to editing, excuse me, notice how she's acting different. Okay, yeah, see, I did mention this at some point in the Hanzo route, where it felt like I could have sworn one of these routes, it was like her being forced into it. Like hypnotized and stuff, but... I couldn't remember which one that was. I could have sworn it was the Hanzo, but I guess it was Hebijo. Wait, did it not change? Did it? Hold on. Did it not? Okay, no, it did take effect here. So, why in the main menu is she still wearing her Hanzo garbs? That's weird, right? Wouldn't that change how she looks? Yeah, no, I do see what you're saying about it now, because here she's definitely, like, just sad about it. Alright, I think we're ready to move on. Again, as I've been saying, like, this definitely feels like we're making good time, but it's definitely going to depend on how many of these are just... As if on cue. People call this city's glittering skyline a symbol of our nation's wealth, but in its shadow are the slums where I was born and raised. I mean, well, you definitely have a difference of atmosphere. This shanty town would welcome any stranger who wandered in with naught but the clothes on his back. I see we're being extra fancy with the words today. The dirt road that leads in is called Unemployment Street. Weirdly enough, it gets the most commerce out of any other area. Visual novel time again. Let me get my blanket and teddy bear. Might as well grab a can of soda or something. I'm almost done with mine. Okay. The fuck was that? The moment my feet set upon that road, I could already smell rotting bananas. What a nice aroma. That's the kind of stuff I'd expect from Oscar the Grouch. It's the slum's way of saying, welcome home. A short walk down Unemployment Street leads to a row of mansions made from sheet metal. People in the slums call this area Beverly Hills. Okay, I don't know if I've joked about this before. There used to be a movie called The Slums of Beverly Hills. Maybe not, but I can't help but feel like somebody remembered that movie while doing the translations for this. Oh? Yes, Beverly Hills. That's where I want to be. Gimme, 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 gimme. Living in Beverly Hills. I actually like that song. I've heard a lot of people don't, but I like it. I don't know. It even smells like La Dolce Vita. That is the rarest of PS Vitas, I imagine. It's the smell of packaged instant ramen being cooked. Listen, I kind of get it for the flavor, but as that smell tickles my nostrils, I hear the distant sounds of children laughing, people passing, meaning smile after... Yeah, the voices are coming from my head? Central Park, which is what we call the slum's main recreational area. No, you're thinking of Hoovervilles. To cut this short, Ikaruga puts on a play for the kids, and Yomi finds out Ikaruga is adopted. Okay, well, let's take a look and see. A woman clad in a kimono and mask stands on stage at the center of the plaza. The handmade mask resembles a bird. Listen, I know you want me to like, cut to the chase and all, but again, if you can't tell, I'm having fun riffing on this stuff. The show appears to be quite a hit with the children. I wonder what kind of show they'd be performing. What's this about a breast dragon emperor? The masked woman begins acting like a child. It's such a nice day today. Let's go for a walk. She then switches to the role of a creepy old man. Want some money, little miss? Come with me. Alright, if this is who you're saying it is, she's definitely taken some lessons from Katsuragi. Oh, no, that's fine. I was talking about the VN itself. Yeah, no, I do appreciate it, but she then shifts into a powerful voice and presses play on an old cassette player. Okay, the cassette player is old, but the tape sounds new. Why do I hear Project Hope? You there, girl! Don't be fooled by his words! The cassette player belts out a fast-paced, heroic theme music. You sure? It sounds more Bollywood than anything. I mean, Jesus, imagine if I used that for my heroic entrance. The woman strikes a pose at center stage. I dance today, my black hair fluttering. Call me BC Mask. Bunga bunga, someone stop me. Smoking. Invented smoking. Fire. BC Mask starts to beat up the creepy old man. From BC Mask to the old man to little girl back to BC Mask. She shifts her position with dizzying speed, keeping up the play by herself. Man, I've heard of one-woman shows, but this takes the cake. I can't quite call it a good performance. The acting falls far short of what professionals typically offer. Everybody's a snob. Amateur production or not, however, the children's eyes are glued to BC Mask. When the play... Thank you, that fade was necessary. When the play ends, the audience cheers and applauds. All of the children are smiling. I've never seen such happy expressions. Thank you for sticking around until the end. BC Mask hands out candy to the children, then dashes off stage. I'll be back again, so be good children in the meantime, okay? I slip into the shadows and tail her. Yeah, staring at her tailbone, I imagine. For a street performer, BC Mask is quite fast. The only way I can keep her in sight is by running full speed. She's as fast as a shinobi student. Who on earth is she? She stops in front of Town Hall and drops an envelope through a mail slot. Once she leaves, I squeeze my hand through and grab the envelope. Now, let's see. On the envelope is written, donation of 30,000 yen. She puts on a show, gives out candy, and even donates money to help the slums? I'm consumed with the desire to thank her. I exit the slums and search the area. A short while later, I find BC Mask in the shade of a nearby tree. As I watch, she removes the mask and places it in her bag. She also does a weird hurricane sort of thing when she takes it off. It's very strange. I move in front of her to catch a glimpse of her face. The sight of her face leaves me speechless. Wow, I am struggling for a reference here. BC Mask is really... Granny goodness! Princess? Yomi! You're BC Mask? Mortifying. Only to you. This is mortifying. I've never been so humiliated. Really? You've been in battle multiple times, probably had your shinobi outfit torn apart bit by bit. And this is more humiliating? BC Mask is really the spoiled little princess in disguise. I thought there must have been such a good person under the mask. What a ludicrous notion. I think people said the same thing about Gwyneth Paltrow at some point. You make a hobby of studying the poor? I must do wonders for your superiority complex. At my harsh tone, the little princess casts her gaze downward. You must love putting on a show, just like that father of yours. What does BC Mask even mean? It's the truth of her place of origin, British Columbia. Well... The princess fidgets, unable to reply. The BC stands for black hair with cropped straight bangs. I feel like something got lost in the translation. I'm taken aback at the sheer lameness of it all. Oh my god. Well, you see, it was Katsuragi who came up with the name. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think only somebody with boobs on the mind would come up with something that not so creative. I tune out her explanation. I'm not interested in whatever weak excuses she has. I can forgive your poor taste, but that donation is outrageous. You're rich and all you give is 30,000 yen? You could afford 30 million yen, and yet you dare to donate such a pittance? I unload all of my pent-up aggression. My penance, as it were. The princess offers no defense as I prepare my final assault. I know her wealthy blood runs cold through her heart, but her ruthlessness is nothing compared to mine. I am holding that mic up, ready to drop it on this bitch. Speaking of donations, I donate as well. Can you guess how much? 300,000 yen a month. That's right, 300,000. I donate my entire school stipend. Somebody is definitely using the word-a-day calendar here. If going without means I can make sure one less child will starve, I'll give all I have for that child's sake. If you consider me a hypocrite, there's nothing I can say. I can barely hear her muttering. I was simply inspired by your talk about the slums. I wanted to do something to help. See, it's funny that we mentioned Hikage being Batman in the dark and edgy regard, but I would argue that Ikaruga is Batman in the sense that she is rich and wealthy. But she probably does do more. I mean, granted, it's probably after the fact with Yomi and stuff, but I mean, this is an aspect of Bruce Wayne where he donates his money to the poor and the charities that need it. It's just that that's actually a question that has been asked so many times, but I don't think people have ever actually thought about the answer to that. If Bruce Wayne is so rich, why doesn't he just donate to charities and funds instead of putting all that money into armor to combat evil and crimes and stuff? The truth of the matter is, there are times where he actually does do that in comics. The problem is, there are people who may run those charities that are just as, if not as, corrupt as the people that Batman is trying to clear from the streets. So when the charity stuff doesn't work, that's when the bat signal comes out. Sorry, that's been on my mind for a while. It's just, I needed to get that off my chest. With that, she sinks to her knees and lowers her head to the ground. The oars, if you will. What are you trying to pull now? She's kneeling? The princess is setting aside her pride and kneeling before me? I have to admit, I'm a bit astonished. If my father's words or actions have harmed you, I can only apologize. I'm forced to choke down my raging bile. I'm not fond of people who think that saying, "I'm sorry," fixes everything. In fact, I've always regarded the urge to apologize with deep suspicion. Yomi, you got a lot to learn. You can bow your head and still be laughing in your heart. I'm sure all rich people do just that. Now, I've never seen BoJack Horseman, but there is a clip that I've seen that always springs to mind. I don't remember. To paraphrase it, you can't just say "I'm sorry" and expect everything to be better after all of that. I do think that is that is a life lesson that does need to be taken to heart. But it's just that it doesn't work in this case. She still kneels with her brow to the ground, not moving a muscle. As I watch her, I can't help thinking of her BC Mask performance. The children really did look happy. They all truly enjoyed the show. Can such a rotten person really give such joy to children? No, I think that would be impossible. Children are pure, honest beings. They can see right through a charlatan. Honey, I don't know what kids you're hanging around, but my God. Children are not as pure as you think. But if that's the case, what could there be in the heart of this princess that gives them so much joy? I grind my teeth. I can feel myself welling up. The image of the kneeling princess turns blurry in my sight. Not fair, not fair, not fair. You already have money. You can't have a good heart too. My emotions suddenly burst forth. I perform my shinobi transformation and swing my sword down at her. But the princess does not even react. My sword plows into the ground a few inches away from her head. I inhale sharply, trying to gather myself. There are so many things I want to say to her. It was just before I graduated elementary school. My father and mother both disappeared all of a sudden. I thought they had abandoned me. All my deepest thoughts and feelings come pouring out at once. I unleash all the sadness and anger I've been holding back these many long years. You can never begin to understand me. You can never understand how I lived and felt before someone from the slums referred to me to Hebijo. The tears threaten to spill from my eyes. My parents, whom I loved so much, left me to resent them. What else could I do? Bitterness was all that was left to me. Before I realize it, she's crying right along with me. Her large, black eyes cloud over like crystals. But I was mistaken. They hadn't abandoned me. They'd scrimped and saved to put together an inheritance for me, to improve my prospects in life. Do you mean... Her mouth finally opens. A tear traces its way down her cheek. But it was too late. I wanted to thank them, to apologize for not believing them, but it was too late. My father and mother had already died. In my fury, I kick away the princess bag. Why? Why is it that some families have money and others don't? Boy, that is the million-dollar question. Still crying, I grasp her shoulders and shake her. I shake her as hard as I can, over and over. I can't stand it! The rich are unforgivable! I scream until I run out of air. As I break into gasps, I catch sight of a scroll laying on the ground. It must have been in her bag. I pick it up and open it. The princess lets out a small exclamation, but it doesn't deter me from looking. The scroll details her entire family tree. The scroll reveals a shocking truth to me. You were adopted? Without a word, she nods. I flash back to the eating contest. That boy, Murasame, who treated her so coldly, it must have been because she's not his bloodkin. Maybe she didn't have such a peaceful, happy childhood after all. If you were adopted, I could listen to some of your excuses. Oh! I'm sorry, Yomi. It's only now that you get it. It's only now that you get it. If you were... Oh, child, you sweet summer child. Get dunked on. None of my excuses would be meaningful to you. With that, she again puts her brow to the ground. I had it completely wrong. She hadn't discarded her pride by prostrating herself. Quite the opposite. She took pride in her prostration, not asking for simple forgiveness at all. All the wealthy are my enemies. I labeled them a target for my hatred, and I've lived with that ever since. And though I see now that my path might be twisted, it is not so easy to change. I mean, listen, Yomi, your heart is in the right place. I get where you're coming from with the way that you hate the rich and everything else. It's just, again, you picked the wrong target. However, I silently hold out my right hand. Enough. Please, get up. She looks up at me and gingerly takes my hand. and places it right on her bosom. I suddenly realized something else. Her hands are warm, like her bosom. What I said before about her wealthy blood running cold wasn't a metaphor. I'd always been under the impression that rich people were literally cold-blooded. Again, completely understandable. But I was wrong. She has a tender warmth. I pull her to her feet. Her face is stained with tears and mud. You look dreadful, princess. Yes, but I might say the same about you. I mean, those sure are some clean faces after all that crying. We exchange a quick glance and suddenly burst into laughter. As we continue to laugh, tears begin to stream again. And yet, we're still laughing. Laughing. Crying. Laughing again. Crying again! Rich as you are, we just might get along. As I say that, her face falls a bit. Then, could you forgive my hypocrisy? I don't think you're a hypocrite. Now you get it, Yomi. Now you get it. Now you get it. Now you get it. My heart's been consumed with hatred for the rich for as long as I can remember. And now, thanks to a rich person, I feel my heart begin to lighten again. Life truly is mysterious. Boy, if you were to take this out of context... boy... You're not a hypocrite, but if it truly bothers you, let me say this much. Hypocrisy also has its merits. I hold my hand out to her again. She accepts it with another little smile. This time, it's just a shake. Our orders may bring us into conflict again. She certainly knows that as well as I do. So we let the handshake linger for a while, each feeling the warmth of the other. Okay. You're not like most rich people, princess. Thank you for understanding. After all this time... Oh. Who are those people? They look quite suspicious. There are delinquents who work for land sharks. No big deal. Land sharks? Yeah. Do you see that four-legged thing over there? I think its name is Jeff. Wait, why is it forming a whirlpool under us? Oh no! They cause trouble around the slums to bring down property values. What? That mustn't be allowed to continue. I mean, you guys don't barely even have property values around here, I imagine. What's it in, the -12 now? Of course not. I'll drive every last one of them off. Please allow me to assist you, Yomi. Please! Let me help you. Understood. Will you fight alongside me, princess? With pleasure. You can count on me. Alright. That's grandiose. Very grandiose indeed. Yeah, I think we can do this now. I mean, how bad can this go, right? Oh, jeez. Look at how much one stab does. Alright, so... just as an aside, I decided to watch the playback for the Phantom X from last night. I got a little... okay, where am I supposed to go now? Because I was kind of just asking myself, was I too harsh on the game? I really don't know. Because, like, now we're... God, why aren't you people coming down here? God damn it. Because as I've said before, it's just... the pacing was very odd. But it also had this really weird running gag where the owl would say something and the main character would just go, okay, what the hell is that? And it's like, have you never heard of this word? And I have to admit, it is very odd how a lot of those were just... Again, I have to imagine it had to be like just something lost in the translation. Because again, the Japanese do love their puns, but you know, given the game was originally done in Chinese for the Chinese audience, how much of a difference does that make? Like, who wrote the jokes originally, I wonder? Was it Japan or was it China? Just odd choices. Oh my god! Why are you all up here? Get your asses down here already! So annoying! Like... not that I wasn't aware of those spaces being up there, but how did they get up there? Why would they go up there? I'm down here, they're up there. I get it. They think they have the higher ground, but really didn't do them much favors now, did it? Yeah. That should be all of them. Thank you very much, Princess. Why are you looking at me like that? Well, why are you looking at me like that? Because you took the whole fight down in your underwear. Don't you do the same thing? Touché. Is there still a problem? We are good and evil shinobi. We're destined to fight each other. Yes, that's true. But until that time comes, could we... fuck? Sure. Possibly be friends? Oh, that's what you meant. Sure. Or am I too poor for you? Girl, get over yourself. Far from it. I would be happy to be your friend. Although, don't you dare. Instead of Princess, could you please call me Ikaruga? How about Princess Ikaruga? No, that sounds worse somehow. Oh my, of course! It's a pleasure to properly make your acquaintance. Princess Ikaruga. No, do it right. Ikaruga. That's better. Happy endings all around. You gotta love it. All your heavy attacks can guard break. I actually haven't been paying attention enough to want to know, like, how long this has been. Alright. Moving right along. Hamura, what became of the Hanzo the scroll? The scroll that Hibari brought. Dogen took it. It's probably locked up at Hebijo headquarters now. Hibari's done us quite a service. Now then, perhaps she and I should go enjoy a few sweets. Hey, Haruka, it's not really the time for that. Don't you think the Hanzo crew are going to try to get their scroll back? It's fine, it's fine. If they do come attacking, Hibari and I will send them packing. Haruka, aren't you the one who said something about how comrades here can't afford to get close? Hibari and I aren't close. We're extremely close. Oh no, I know that face. Hamura, I told you, you can't make another student to one of your pets. Well, it's too late. She already has a name. It came pre-packaged, so... But... What? Do you doubt my strength? Well then, how about I show you what I'm made of? Only if you don't do it in that weird flirtatious tone. Never! Even if she and I are simply over the moon for each other, it won't hamper my skills one bit. Fine. I'll take you on. Now the question is, who are we playing as? Okay. So yeah, just again, going back to last night, I really don't think I was... Like, again, I asked myself, was I unfair to the game? Looking back at the things I got the most annoyed about, though, I don't think so. Like, again, the game clearly was made with a different audience in mind, but I wonder how much of that actually affects how the game was paced out, and how much of that is just, you know, the tendency of any modern gacha. Because I have, you know, it's not like Zenless Zone Zero is the only gacha I've ever played. I've tried things like, you know, obviously I've played Blue Archive. Oh my god, I am getting my ass kicked. Why is it always Haruka? God. I guess what I'm saying is, the way that everything was paced just was not something that I gelled with. But I also don't know how many people are that interested. Yeah, Haruka's sexy. Don't get me wrong, Haruka is sexy as hell. But it's just... It feels like she, out of all of the shinobi, is the most challenging to beat up. Okay, well, at least one of them hit. Oh my god. So annoying. See, I remembered that this time. And I did, going back to Phantom X, I did look at some of the personas that are apparently either in play or have already been in play for the gacha game. And, like, a lot of the designs are really good. It's just, I don't know how many of them actually have a proper backstory to them, is what I think is the big issue for me. Damn, Haruka, we haven't done that in a while. But you're as strong as ever. Senran Kagura quotes you don't want to take out of context. Or maybe you do. Think about it, won't you? But that's all you've got going for you right now. How about you drop the BFF act? You're powerful indeed, Amara. But I still wouldn't call that a loss. Enough with the tough talk. How about you stop with the tough talk? Oh, now who's tough talking? What did you say? Did you know that Yomi is friends with a Hanzo student? The only gacha I know people really like is Nikkei. Nikkei, I kind of regret not getting into Nikkei. I think by the time I found out what it is, like, I was already, like, just too far gone from it. Like, stuff like Blue Archive, Fire Emblem Heroes, even Action Time I could get into very early on. But the time I found out Nikkei was a thing, even Arc Knights, it was too late. I was too late to the game. Especially with Stellar Blade crossing over, which makes sense because both are made by the same company. Yeah, and I've talked a little bit about Stellar Blade before. I'm planning to do another gaming taste test with Stellar Blade on Sunday, so we'll see how that goes. It's just, I've said this before. I have some issues with the creator, but that's not for today. Is that not allowed? Hell no, it's not allowed! There are mortal enemies! That's not what I'm asking. What I mean is it wrong for us to make friends? Friends just get in the way of growing stronger. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I don't think that's true. You and Yomi don't get it. And scene. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I find crossovers nowadays random and just happening for the sake of it. You know, it's funny, I forget... There was a video I was watching that was kind of saying the same thing. Oh, and now I remember. It was Dan the Man, and he was talking about how crossovers just, it feels like it doesn't feel as special as it used to be. It's like the Jetsons meeting the Flintstones, even as a kid, like 3 years old at the start of the 90s, like that blew my frickin' mind. They obviously make jokes about that with something like The Simpsons, but no, you're right. Like something like the Kids Next Door meeting Billy and Mandy, like that was treated as a big deal by Cartoon Network. Nowadays, it's just like, oh, by the way, here's a collaboration that's just happening because we managed to reach a good contract and stuff like that. Like I actually have a bag of Oreos upstairs. It's a collaboration with Selena Gomez. I don't really care for Selena Gomez. I bought it because it's a flavor of Oreos, and I like trying flavors of Oreos as well as Mountain Dew. It also felt like back then it made sense as well. Yeah, well, sometimes. Something like Jetsons Meet the Flintstones, like that was because Hanna-Barbera could. Probably also because they wanted to see if they could revive the Jetsons, which I do remember they had another season in the 80s before they had that movie in the 90s. But that was because they owned both of those properties. course, then you also have stuff like, there were a bunch of DC and Marvel crossovers, but they were very few and far between at the same time. And even now, we're getting, what is it, Deadpool meets Batman, I think? Crazy. And that's after over 20 years of not having another crossover between Marvel and DC. But it's just, it's funny because of like just how copyright law usually works in America. I think copyright works differently in Japan. Japan, like, collaborations, I can remember happening all the time. Like, even back in like the 2000s or even 2010. I remember there was, I think it was Lucky Star that did a collaboration with Street Fighter. Like, those girls were dressed up as Street Fighters or something. I forget what the actual thing was, but... Is it true that you elites are at each other's throats? The deep voice of the suited man echoes through the shinobi room. Have you seen the Sonic racing game where SpongeBob is crossed over with it? I'm aware of Crossworlds. I know Joker's in it, I know Hatsune Miku is in it. By the way, had a very good reaction to Hatsune Miku being in the Phantom X last night. I'm probably going to make a clip of that at some point. I digress. SpongeBob, I don't think I heard about that one yet. Gonna have to look that up. He is a tall man, solidly built. His name is Dogen. He's one of Hebijo's biggest investors. Answer me, I asked you all a question. He's one of their biggest investors, but he also somehow became the founder despite the fact that the school is much older than him. Yeah, I believe you. I definitely believe you. I could not doubt that for a second. I glance around at the others, but they look away. As Dogen sees that no answers are coming, his expression grows severe. Though Hebijo's investors are many and varied, most of the money comes from big business. When they need to resolve business matters through unofficial channels, they often make use of Hebijo alumni. On rare occasions, Dogen himself will work with the evil shinobi in training. His investments alone, apparently from his own personal finances, rival those of the big corporations. He's got his money in Rocket, he's got his money in cars, he even has his own social media website, but we don't like to talk about that. At least with Miku and the other guy, it makes sense because they're Sega owned and sort of, but SpongeBob, I didn't understand. Yeah, that is an unusual one. I wonder if it's just to try to like give an idea of how wild the aspects of Crossworlds is supposed to be. But to be fair, Hatsune Miku also does a bunch of crossovers with a lot of different properties. For Christ's sake, I remember Blue Archive did one with her, and there was another gacha game. I don't remember the name. Figure Fantasy. It was a 3D game that it made use of action figures in their settings. Interesting concept, but my god, was the translation wordy. Just so much like you talk about these visual novels being so long, like that took some time to read through. Like, I don't think they crammed down the dialogue from what they had. Who is he? And what is he playing? My point with the Figure Fantasy, I'm sorry, I skipped over this, was that I remember like a month after the game came out on Google Play, the icon changed to Hatsune Miku. And I'm just asking myself, like, really, guys, already? His presence makes us all uncomfortable, but he's a valued sponsor, so there's no room to complain. Haruka, is it true? Since no one else is answering, he picks me. Team Rocket Giovanni over here, yep. I can only say that you can see for yourself. The team is split into two groups, on opposite sides of the ninja room. Really? You don't seem that far away from one another. One group consists of myself, Hibari, and Yomi. The other consists of Hamura, Hikage, and Mirai. One school of thought that values friendship in spite of being shinobi. One school of thought that prizes the acquisition of power over all else. Nah, it's okay. I can read myself too while we're talking. Yeah, I know. It's just... I get so caught up in talking that I kind of forget about what's happening on the screen. Master Suzune stands between the two groups, grim-faced, arms folded. I don't think she's particularly thrilled to have to mediate this disagreement. My heart aches. I hoped I'd never see this amongst my own friends. You leave me no choice. Let's say the two groups engage in combat. The losers have to abide by the will of the winners. Hamura grins at Dogen's proposal. If we win, no more sleeping with the enemy. If that's... Wow, Hamura. just coming at it full speed, huh? Just throwing the bricks. We're playing dodgeball, baby, but you're just throwing the bricks. So if we win, we can all be friends? Shut your mouth, newbie! The moment Hibari begins to speak, Mirai snaps at her. But I'm good anytime. I'll shred you. Dogen watches their argument with a keen eye. Master Suzune gives a disappointed sigh. What about you, Haruka? Hibari and Yomi look expectantly at me. It looks like I've got the deciding vote. Might makes right. Winner takes all. How very appropriate for Hebijo. But I can't bring myself to simply go along with this. For one, what does it even mean to be appropriate for Hebijo? Circumstances with Hibari have made me rethink my relationship with the school in general. Our goal is to become evil shinobi. The work of an evil shinobi is unglamorous to say the least, and it demands a very pinnacle of mental and physical conditioning. That's it. Besides, the Ninja Turtles, they did the 2003 versions. Oh wait, I missed one. Speaking of Pokemon, I do think the old Pokemon anime was much better for only how entertaining it was. Probably the only property 4Kids did right. Besides the Ninja Turtles. You know what? I will get back to that in a second. In which case, what Hamura's saying is... At my continued silence, Master Suzune speaks up instead. Haruka, a moment. Huh? Alright. If everyone could please step outside. At her request, everyone else silently shuffles out of the room. Dogen looks as though he's about to protest, but Master Suzune pays him no mind. When the others have left, Master Suzune folds her arms and looks at me quizzically. Haruka, you've been acting strangely since Hibari showed up. Actually, since you became a third-year student. I find myself unable to reply, and she gives me a thin-lipped smile. The old you would have solved this problem with the power I taught you. I let out a laugh in spite of myself. Okay. She means the very first power she taught me. Just before I was admitted to Hebijo. When I thought of killing my parents. Well... My god, what is the relationship with these shinobi and their parents today? I grew up in a wealthy doctor's family. We lived in a bona fide mansion, the envy of all my little school friends. But if they'd known what took place inside the house, they wouldn't have envied me at all. My parents were human garbage. My mother's very identity revolved around doting on me. Anything I wanted, she bought for me. Anywhere I went, she came along as well. Every waking moment I had, she smothered under a mountain of lessons. Given Haruka's genetics, I imagine there were mounds with every hug and smothering. She had a particularly morbid fascination with clothes. She'd buy the truckload, and dress me up like her own little living doll. See? This is how it all comes around, everybody. We had a huge dressing room, or as I considered it, a torture chamber. Mother would always dress me and say, "How cute." Or, "How beautiful." I could never refuse her directions. It was like being under a spell. Father, on the other hand, was rarely home. Even as a child, I knew he was having affairs. Because of that, Mother directed all of her feelings at me. Mother may have been mad, but Father was the one who drove her to it. Father was a world-renowned physician. But beneath his sterling reputation was a shocking amount of malpractice, all papered over with hush money. To make matters worse, that money came from multiple counts of tax evasion. So yes, I think human garbage is an accurate description. I could only tolerate so much from either of them. Sometime in middle school, I finally exploded inside. It was late one night, a rare night when both of them were actually home. Somehow, I found myself standing on the front steps. In one hand was a lighter, in the other, a can of kerosene. I remember thinking, I'm going to burn it all and end this. But instead, I lit up a bag of poop and just left it on the mat for Mom to pick up. Once it's all over, I can be free. With an utterly calm expression, I began pouring out the kerosene. Then I flicked the lighter, and that's when it happened. The lighter disappeared from my hand. I'm not fond of children playing with fire. Confused, I turn around to see a woman in a red parka standing behind me. She held my lighter in her hand. When she had managed to take it... When had she managed to take it? I'd like to talk to you for a moment. She turned her back and walked away, her long hair fluttering in the wind. I saw no other choice but to follow her in silence. When we approached a nearby park, she tossed the lighter back to... goddamn. I fumbled with my hands, then caught it. I'm Suzune. I'm a school teacher. A teacher? That was a bit disappointing. Teachers don't get involved in household problems. That's a doctor's work. Outside of television shows, they're good for nothing but empty platitudes. So what now? She looked at me with ice in her eyes. Not a look one would expect from just any teacher. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you still going to burn down your house? Well, you haven't given me a reason not to. If you kill your parents and burn down the house, do you think you'll feel any better? Her words caught me off guard. Killing them, burning the house down, it wouldn't make me feel better at all. Even if my parents were to vanish, it wouldn't break the chain around my heart. In the end, all I'd be left with would be guilt. I'd be in worse shape than ever. But I'd still get some pleasure out of it. What was I supposed to do then? How else was I going to get away? After a moment's consideration, I saw there was only one possible outcome, miserable as it was. Would you like some ginger ale to clear your throat? You know what? No, I just had a honey lemon cough drop. Actually, no. No, yeah, it was honey lemon. It was honey lemon, everybody. I just had a cough drop, so I think it's just whatever. There's still some stuff left in there. To accept the impossible. To admit I couldn't escape. Not from my parents. Not from that house. Nothing I did would get me out of that hell. I realized I'd been crying. My cheeks, my collar, everything was soaked in tears. Even my clothes, which were immensely soaked to the point that they were see-through. I didn't realize I was crying that much. I finally managed to stop crying. Without a word, Master Suzune pulled out a handkerchief. I can save you. You can take control of your parents. I stared at her in naked confusion, because I just took my clothes off because they were so drenched in tears. Then I took the handkerchief. A few months later, Father turned himself into the police, confessing both his tax evasion and his medical Okay. I see where this is going now. All thanks to Master Suzune and her lessons in the art of puppet mastery, manipulation, but on a much deeper level. I think some cultures call it bloodbending. He lost most of his fortune, and I knew his mistresses would follow soon enough. Mother's case was not so cut and dry. With Father out of the picture, I wondered if she might be happier. If we might be happier, as a family. Haruka, In a fictional anime world, teachers in your world are like secret agents. You know, you got a point. And especially in this case, like, we are dealing with Shinobi here, so that's extra secret. I decided to give her another chance. Loathsome as she'd been, she was still my mother after all. Since I'd had no other school in mind, I decided to enroll in Hebijo Clandestine Girls Academy. Obviously, my parents couldn't know, and upon enrolling, I decided to leave the house. Getting into Hebijo was easy. Since I had already learned the rather difficult art of puppet mastery, I was quite advanced for a new student. Again, all thanks to Master Suzune's rigorous coaching. She freed my heart and allowed me to move ahead on my new path. I'm truly grateful to her. And boy, do I love showing how grateful I am to her. God, I don't know what it is, I just love doing the Haruka voice. Master Suzune is my dear mentor. I wonder what other things she's taught you about. What will you do? Master Suzune stands facing me in the ninja room, still awaiting my response. I will not use my puppetry. Even if I did take control of Hamura and the others, I don't think it would resolve anything. Why is that? Some things can only be explained through battle. Her mouth twists at my words. She wears a cool smile, just like the one she flashed at me when we first met. You matured. Master Suzune claps me on the shoulders and leaves the room. Puppetry is a devilishly easy problem solver, and the old me abused it left and right. But even when I did take control of my target's emotions, the results were always at least a bit off from what I'd hoped for in my heart. To truly resolve a conflict, opponents must clash and thereby reach an understanding. I could never reach that point with my parents, but my fellow elites can surely meet me halfway. We should be able to understand each other absolutely. That's why I will give this battle my all. Hamura, Hikage, Mirai, I'll fight you with my very heart. Please accept it. Okay, I swear to God, though, if this ends up with, like, 3 similar fights, I am... So it's you and me then, Hamura? My revenge will be sweet indeed. There is no you and me right now. We're just opponents. One-on-one. That's not true. Our friends might not be fighting with us physically, but they still support us from the inside. That's what friends are for, after all. The strong don't need support. Training grants you power and technique, and that's all the support you should need. Spoken like a true DPS, Hamura. I suppose we'll have to fight about this. You got that right. Oh, one moment. If we're going to do this, then please, have your squad fight alongside you. What? This is one-on-one. Now, how could a one-on-one fight possibly teach you the value of friendship? After all, is friendship not magic? What are you doing, Haruka? Oh, I thought I was making a good, clever pun. No, you weren't. You really weren't. A one-on-mob fight would be a slaughter. You're elites. Shut up. Oh, it won't be one-on-mob. I told you, my friends are with me on the inside. You're seriously going to comment all of us by yourself just to show me the power of friendship? Why don't you come at me with the power of self-respect? Alright, if that's the way you want it, it's your funeral. This is basically that and Magical Girl Shoujo. Basically, yeah. Alright, yeah, sorry to like, I wasn't trying to ignore your questions about Pokemon and stuff. You know what, I really can't speak too much, because, not that I don't agree with you about the old Pokemon, but I skipped out on a lot of the shit that happened after, that happened after Johto. So I missed out on Hoenn. I missed out on pretty much everything up until the Sun and Moon anime. But it's just like when I did come back, it kind of hurt. What is that angle? Because I'm hearing like a bunch of voices that don't sound right to me. I think it had something to do with how 4Kids lost the rights to Pokemon, or the rights to the Pokemon anime went back. Excuse me, do you mind? It went from 4Kids to the Pokemon Company because they decided to do things internally after a point. But it's just the voices that, because they couldn't afford the voice actors that 4Kids could. Why is this? This is frustrating. Yeah, the voice actor change really was... I wasn't there when it happened, but I even remember back then I was very frustrated with how it went down. But it's like, in some ways, I do get it. I understand where things are coming from, but it just stinks in some degree. Because, yeah, even watching Sun and Moon, just when I hear James talk, he doesn't hit the same way. James's voice actor he had such a flamboyancy. I don't know if it was ever there in the original Japanese Team Rocket voice, but when you watch James and Jessie, it really does make a lot of sense. The James host for kids sounds like he was trying to be the James from the very early seasons before because that was a completely different voice actor originally. But it just James in particular doesn't hit the same way. Like, to a degree, I could kind of deal with Jessie, I could deal with Ash, maybe Misty, Brock. But James, man, James, oh, and Meowth, too, but Meowth was a different story. Compared to, all the more sad news, the voice actress who did Missy and Jessie did, yeah, I am aware of that, and I'm sorry to hear that it happened. But yeah, as I was saying, like, the thing with Meowth was a little different because Meowth's voice actress actually passed away, and that was a really big shame as well. It's just, and when I hear the newer voice actors, it's clear that they're trying to be, they're just doing voices that were originally performed and created by people who came before them. But again, as I've said many times before, it doesn't hit the same way. Nice shot. Oh, God, Jesus. She's right next to you! How do you miss? Yeah, but I think the other thing too is just, it all comes down to a matter of preference. And I definitely prefer the older style. But I also admit it looks so much different. around Johto, because that's when they started doing things like switching over to digital animation. And I get why why a lot of these companies will want to switch over to digital over the traditional pen and paper. Obviously, it doesn't take as long to do, but there's definitely something missing. And it's a feeling that you're never really going to get back. Like, if I look back at something like, say, Transformers, the original 1984 Transformers, there are a lot of choppy animation errors. There's a lot of weird things with the paint and stuff. Like, colors are not what they're supposed to be and stuff. And it's a weird charm that you're never going to get out of the digital era, unless it's Steven Universe, I guess. Because I never really noticed it myself until I saw, people were starting to talk about it. I haven't watched all of Steven Universe, but I think I get it. Oh boy. Oh god, please! Oh, damn it. Oh, no! Well, it doesn't take long. The love and passion is gone. I still love hand-drawn stuff. I'm not going to... You know what? I wouldn't say that the passion is gone. It's just... I would say that it... there is still passion. You do not get something like, Garnet's I Am Made of Love song without something behind it. Like, there was passion behind that. Alright, well, I guess we're doing this again. Or, better solution, I might as well just take advantage of this a little bit. Alright, let's see... How do I do this again? There we go. Wrong button. Oh, shoot. Shoot. No, that's... how did I do this? I was trying to level her up, dang it! Okay. 1 second. Alright, X is square. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Well, we're halfway through this one. But I get the feeling we're not going to be able to do the next chapter until, like, tomorrow night. So, sadly... Yeah. Sadly, we may not do the Family Guy watch-along like I wanted to. Maybe I'll probably do that for another night next week, though. Meant for, like, newer projects, like where we don't really get atmospheric art anymore, or No, I do... It's rare if it all happens. Yeah, I do understand. I understand what you're saying. I do... Like... We're definitely missing something out of this era of animation. Like, there isn't really a particular style, I would say. There was a Tumblr post years back where somebody was comparing different cells of animation from a Bugs Bunny short and identifying the different artistic styles of each animator, which I found fascinating. They mentioned something like that was trying to be done in current digital animation, but I don't really know how much of that is actually reflected. Especially with something like just Amazing Digital Circus. Obviously, but I do admit, even 3D animation has come a long way from where we were 30-some years ago with Toy Story. And oh my god, Toy Story is going to be 30 years old this year! What the fuck? What is time? Anyway, where was I going with this? Like, even 3D animation has come a long way. I particularly think of the Peanuts movie from a while back. Just like how that was able to do 2D make a 2D out of 3D so well. Why are you so hard to deal with? Oh my god! You know, I think part of the problem might be just the range that I expect out of Haruka's puppet. Come on, man. Oh my god, just... Alright, let's see. Sorry. To where you don't get creative, artistic styles anymore. Yeah, no, I do understand. I prefer stylized art than realistic, especially in video games, unless it's meant to be realistic like GTA, but now it's like everything is... Yes, like years back, around the 360 PS3 era of gaming, there was a joke about how, like, a lot of games look particularly murky and muddy. The joke being that, real is brown, as they would say. And I do agree with you that a lot of that artistic feeling has been gone, at least. I would argue it started with the Xbox 360 era. But, Haruka, why? I would particularly say that the PS4 era was where it really ramped up, and unfortunately we haven't been able to get out of it since. Like, again, another Tumblr post I remember from years back where people were comparing the amount of cartoonish video game mascots we would get from the 90s and everything else. And you compare that to, like, 2025, where, like, everybody looks super realistic. And it does get very annoying, because it doesn't really allow for much of an aesthetic choice. But you could argue that kind of creativity has also been bankrupt for a good long time. Just as an example of that, when Lord of the Rings, when the movies came out in the original trilogy, a lot of shows were aping the aesthetic of those films. Once Game of Thrones came about and became a thing, that changed as well. That started to become the thing that we equate to fantasy fiction. It's like shorthand for we know what we're ripping off. Oh, Jesus. You know, if I lose to her again, I am not afraid to just switch this to a 1-star, because this is getting a little on the ridiculous side. Did I even hit her? Okay, yeah, it does look like I did something to her, but goddamn, man. Okay, that did the trick. Like, games like Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat had a artistic flair that all three have completely abandoned. That's debatable. I'm not saying you're wrong, but with Street Fighter in particular, I would say that its artistic style has evolved more than it has been abandoned. Like, there is definitely a looseness to and stylistic degree to its 3D style, especially since 4. But with Mortal Kombat, I would say that you're right. That I would argue is still a. I think that is more a problem with the fact that the games have always kind of been realistic. Especially since back in the Genesis and Nintendo era, they were using mocap to create a lot of their games. I won? No! Not yet! I can still fight! What? Hold on. Just how tough are you, Hamura? Come on, Haruka. This isn't over until one of us can't move a muscle. I'm done. Enough. I know your strength. If we fight to the end, I'll be the one to lose. So you're forfeiting, or? I can't stand up to you. In terms of stamina, endurance, perseverance, at least on the battlefield. What are you implying with that? You are indeed the strongest of the elite. Thus proving that there can be strength without friendship. No. You had me on the ropes, and I mean that. Having friends definitely can make you stronger inside. I get what you're saying about that. How about this, then? Strength is important, and friends are as important as well. They both are. I guess so. That works. Good. Now let's put all this unpleasantness behind us. In MK's case, yeah, they were kind of realistic using the mocap, but the worlds were always interesting until the Netherrealm era. Always did love the dark, eerie atmosphere MK used to have. See, I wish I could have appreciated that, but by the time Mortal Kombat came out, I was still in elementary school, and I had one of those parents who didn't want me to play Mortal Kombat, so it's like, you know, not that I didn't see it, not that I didn't have family members that somehow played it. It's just, I think that was kind of a problem there, is that because of that, I was never able to play Mortal Kombat, so I never really got into Mortal Kombat. Except I remember watching the cartoon show. There is a guy named Phaelus on YouTube who actually did a whole review, episode by episode, of that animated series. It's been a while since I've watched that, but I'd probably argue it's the only way to watch it, because otherwise I feel like it's just gonna be a drag. Oh my god. You know, I was so happy to think that we were going to be done with the game tonight, but how many visual novel bits have we gone through tonight already? I'm gonna say three of them. So I'll be facing you, Hikage? Yeah, looks like it. Why are you against having friends? It's not that I don't want friends. But you're in the group that just wants power. Because I don't have any emotions. I don't see what's so important about friendship. Strength is a lot easier to understand than friends are. That's why I'm with Hamura. Ah, I see. I understand. Not much of a reason though, is it? But you know, there's strength in numbers too, so I'm bringing in my squad to fight with me. No objections. Regardless of the odds, I will not lose this fight. Because I would find it crazy if no one finds fighting near a black hole with 4 wizards flying in the background cool. Yeah. Isn't that the same level where you could find Santa Claus flying against the moon? That's like, again, like, my knowledge of Mortal Kombat is very, very narrow. Oh my god! All you swears in the circle! And you're just standing there! Who knows what kind of crazy things you're gonna do? Stand still! It will hurt less if you stand still! How many times do I have to tell you that? Oh. I don't know why, it feels like everything has gotten more frustrating. Oh, that's the portal level, okay. Wait, why am I just finding out now I have a shoulder check? Mortal Kombat 2 among fans is considered the best one in terms of visuals for worlds like that. I'll take your word for it. But I also feel like 2 is probably the one that introduced fans the most. I feel... sorry. I feel like the sequel to something... somehow, like, in terms of video games, people will find out more about a game with the sequel than they would the first one. And that definitely rings true with something like Mass Effect 2. And, you know, obviously Street Fighter 2, because how many people have ever actually played the first one? I remember hearing about it years ago, and it's a very odd to think about where that game started and where it ended up after the fact. Damn it. Actually, speaking of Mass Effect 2, that's going to be coming up next. Once we're done with the Hebijo route, we're definitely getting into Mass Effect 2. Thing is, I think the next week's schedule is going to be a little wonky. I got some, we're definitely not going to be doing a, I'll say it right now, we're not doing this on Friday next week because I've got 4th of July plans, but Saturday is also a little iffy. We'll see how things go. But I definitely want to start Mass Effect 2 next week. Alright, yeah, now's as good a time as any to start this. It was a game that introduced people to it just like Sonic 2, where people got introduced to Sonic from the second game. It's funny you mention that, because See, I'm debating about that now. Because... I definitely remember seeing commercials for Sonic the Hedgehog, the original game, and it being a pre-package. We got a Genesis growing up, actually. And I think we actually got the Genesis before the Sonic 2 came out. I don't fully remember, unfortunately. Damn it. Didn't even get her. No, wait, I guess I did. Not that I can't... I do think, if I remember right, Sonic 2 did outsell the original Sonic, though. And it's like, I can definitely see why. Like, when you play Sonic and Sonic 2 back-to-back, especially with the Sonic Origins game, you can definitely tell it's night and day between those games, but they were obviously made using different teams, especially because half of the Sonic team went on to create CD. Which, I remember that being like a cult classic for the longest time. But having played it for myself, it's a little debatable. Because I feel like when you play it, you're expecting it to be more like Sonic 2, because it came out like not between Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. We're not expecting it to be more akin to Sonic 1 than it actually is. Please just send her. Oh my gosh. I think it was the most popular in the series, kind of like how a decade later, Sonic Adventure 2 was more popular than its predecessor. See, I can only take your word for it. After we got the Genesis, we didn't really buy any new Sega consoles. We were on the N64 and then the PlayStation 2. After that, I was kind of on my own for game consoles, so, my parents didn't buy them. So I ended up with the Xbox 360 from there. How about that, Yomi? You're stronger than I thought. You were holding back, weren't you? Had you fought with all your might, I'd have stood no chance. You've got no chance! No chance in hell! Why? Why would you hold back? I figured someone who can care about her friends deserves to beat someone who can't. Guess I left myself wide open, thinking that way. Oh wow, so you've played any of the Sonic games in the 2000s. I think you know what? I did borrow from a family member the Sonic Adventure for the GameCube, but I don't remember getting very far in it. Yeah, I skipped it. I did play Sonic Heroes. I tried to play Sonic 06, and this was even after the fact. This is before, like, the big YouTuber anti-Sonic 06 push. But I do get why people do not like Sonic 06. It is painful. I didn't play Shadow the Hedgehog either. Really just wasn't my speed. I don't think you're as bereft of emotions as you claim. Oh? Well, it feels nice to hear you say that. Okay. I'm gonna just be right back in a quick second. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That was not a great performance, but... Yeah, just give me one real quick second. I'll get to Unleashed in a second. Just let me give you guys some eye candy to look at before I take my quick leave. There we go. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Depending on what comes next, we might be ending the stream at midnight. Just because, where are we? We're still in chapter 4, I think? Again, if it wasn't for the visual novel bits, I thought we would be done with it by now, but we're clearly not. Yeah, this is only 4 of 6. To answer your question about Sonic Unleashed. So, I only bought Sonic Unleashed because I was in this weird kick at the time where I thought, you know, I'm gonna try to get all the achievements in the Xbox 360 games because The achievements meant something back then, from what I remember. In hindsight, they don't really mean much nowadays. They're kind of just there for me. Like, if I feel like doing one of those challenges, fine. If it comes up by accident, fine. I don't care. But the problem with Sonic Unleashed, and probably Sonic 06's achievements too, is that, like, there were very few of them, but they were also frustrating. It wasn't just like, oh, beat this level, do this thing, do that thing. No, it was just, get these moon crests, get these sun crests, and that kind of bothered me, but the werewolf bits. Oh. For the few that I played, I wasn't happy with them. I was not happy with them, and I've seen, I still remember Some Call Me Johnny did a playthrough of Sonic Unleashed, and he showed off the time that he took as the werehog through Eggman Land. It was like, God, well over an hour, I think. An hour at best, but it was a lot, and it's just like, no thank you. No thank you. Oh, I'm up against Mirai? That's awesome. Yeah, you're going up against your girlfriend's sloppy seconds. How so? Well, because you're the easy one of the... Hibari, come on, we just did a thing about this. You just got here and you're already copying an attitude? Oh, don't say that, you'll make me all sad. Hibari, are you being sarcastic? Quiet! Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Oh, God. Not doing that again. Everyone's been acting weird since you showed up. You're not fooling me. I know you're hiding something. Huh? I'm not hiding anything, or even showing anything. Oh, just to let you know, Haruka loaned me her squad for backup. Yeah, that is weird. Hibari would never need to use a squad. I believe in friendship, so my friends are going to help me. So you fight for your friends? Yeah. I also do coke and heroin. Okay, you're just doing that for the meme, aren't you? Yeah. How is this one-on-one? What's wrong? Are you not strong enough for this? Aren't you strong enough to be my... woman? One little handicap shouldn't cause you any trouble, right? Yeah. Fine, fine. Bring all the backup you want. Oh, boy. Eggman Land is a hard level, but once you know how to beat it, you can beat it at a fast time. Oh, that's fair enough. Honestly, I remember buying like a Sonic Steam bundle off of Humble Bundle years ago. I don't remember what games are on it. All I remember is Sonic Generations cannot play on any of these computers for crap. I don't know what they did with it, but it is so frustrating to get through. Or not even get through, just like start up. Actually, oh yeah, speaking of Generations, I did play Generations, obviously. That was a very fun game. I haven't gotten to playing the Sonic X Shadow Generations, though. Wow, okay. Nope. Go down already, jeez! They re-released Sonic Trainer. I know about that. It was pretty fun. I recommend it, especially if you like Shadow. Yeah, maybe one of these days. It's just a matter of time for me. because, like, I've been kind of busy with other things, and now that I'm doing this too, trust me, there's a lot of games I've missed out on the last year just because I decided I want to try to get, like, a shiny living dex for Pokemon. And that's half of the reason I'm looking forward to this particular weekend, because for the people that paid for the GoFest ticket, shiny odds are increased, so... The problem with that is, though, the selection, I would say, is not the best. Like, I'm really just in it for the Zacian and Zamazenta. Oh, and, what's that Pokemon that's debuting this weekend? Oh yeah, Frigibax is also getting its shiny for the first time. Same with Carbing. Alright, so we got that done. I can't remember. Why did I go with this outfit again? It does look cute on her, so... What do I always say? Any excuse is a good excuse? Yeah. You completely missed! Oh my god, what is... Oh, Mirai, you're killing me! You are literally the reason I am getting killed here! Wait, no, not yet. Oh, jeez. Now, if only I knew where she went for that one. Ugh. Now where'd she go? I swear, they lose the auto lock whenever they lose their clothes. It's a funny thing, that. There we freaking go, Jesus. Yeah, I think the difficulty curve is up quite a bit. Alright. How's that? As if you ever stood a chance against me. Are you all done? No way. How are you still up? Isn't it obvious? I said you were the easy one. This is impossible. Look at you. You're all beaten up. I mean, you're not looking like any prize right now either. Let's just say I'm glad we're on different teams, so I won't have to have you watching my back. Wow! Hibari, are you sure you're a good shinobi? Because that was cold-blooded! No way. No way. Okay. Okay. Something's wrong. What's going on? Clearly a lot. Alright. We'll see what... Okay. So it's not Hibari. Yeah, this is definitely not Hibari, but it is still a very... Yeah. I talked about it a lot during the Hanzo route. I was trying to remember what happened in the Hebijo route at that point. So it's like, yeah, I just had to just go through and just let the memories roll back. All right, let's see what comes after this, because Hibari, are you all right? Snap out of it. I didn't lose. I didn't. Minions of Haruka, I need more strength. Time to thrash and thrash and thrash with my ass. Yagyu had a dynamic entrance. Yeah, quite the dynamic entrance. Ugh, I have no choice. Forgive me, Hibari. Poor thing. All she did was tap her head lightly. Yagyu? Where am I? It looks like you were hypnotized. Hypnotized? Me? I don't remember that happening. Yeah, depending on which way you're going about this, neither do I. I see. Well, we can discuss it later. For now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Huh? You're one of Hanzo's people. You'll pay. How dare you hypnotize my Hibari? Wait. Yagyu, it doesn't say my Hibari in the text. Does it look like I care? Hypnotize? What are you talking about? Not another word. I'll kill anyone who ever harmed her! Okay, geez, you don't have to be so rough. That sound effect was pretty good for her just coming down. I really gotta play that back. I was kind of just zoning out a little. We're definitely coming at the end of this stream for sure, which is a little disappointing because I thought we were coming close to the end of the game. Not that we aren't far away from it either. But quite frankly, I didn't think we'd have to deal with that many more of the VN bits. No end of the game for you. No, no. Yeah, no, I know. It can't be that easy, right? Yeah, that watch-along is gonna have to wait for another day, unfortunately. Like, yeah, the next week and maybe even the week after is probably going to be a little sporadic scheduling-wise, so it's not going to be as easy as it usually is, where I can just, you know, say, oh, Friday and this day and that day. Always the bears. Not that I'm surprised. Bears are on notice. They're always on notice. Hamara! Jesus! She's right there! Damn it. I really gotta remember to just leave that instead of... Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Jesus. What are these sounds you're making? Alright. Oh, right. For a second there, I forgot which one of these girls I was. Don't ask me how. Damn! Look how high up we went. Oh my god, you know what I just realized? I haven't even gone Shinobi transformation yet. How's that for crazy? That's a little amusing. God, imagine how much practice it takes to get all of those swords into their sheaths so precisely. That has to be frustrating to practice. But this is interesting, Yagi versus Hamura. Yeah, it's definitely a change of pace compared to what these fights would usually be. I'm glad we at least get it. You're no slouch, but you're no match for me either. I'm just here to retrieve Hibari. We'll be on our way now. Wait, retrieve Hibari? Of course, Hibari was tricked into coming here. Tricked? What are you talking about? Normally, I'd invite you to fight about it, but there'll be time for that soon enough. And when that time comes, we'll fight to our heart's content. Soon enough? What's that supposed to mean? Alright. Because in Hanzo's story, it was the same fights over and over. It really was, and I kind of get why they did it like that. But, you know, this is a good change of pace. Rather than having to see the same Asuka versus Hamura fight or Hibari versus Haruka over and over and over again. Let me just see something first. Because if I swear to God, I don't want... It's almost midnight. I thought we'd be finishing the game up by now, but we still have at least one more chapter to go. We haven't finished chapter 4 yet, but I'm asking myself, is there another visual novel bit that comes before this? And there was a lot of Hibari versus Haruka. Oh, there really was. And I can't believe how... it's funny to me how Hibari just, like, had so much time dedicated to her when she's not even the star of the story. Asuka is clearly meant to be the main character, meant to be the leader of Hanzo. I don't know what that was about. I swear somebody in the studio was drinking Hibari and Haruka bathwater. Well, you also have to remember this was before that was even a thing. Let me just see something first. How many words in Hebijo for renewal? Let's see if this gives me anything. Oh, that... I know, just a little joke for how much Hibari and Haruka there was. No, you know what? I appreciate Haruka more than I do Hibari. Just because I love riffing on the characterization of Haruka a lot. Like, I love Ikaruga, bless my heart. She is waifu, for sure. Haruka's a close second, but Haruka is just more fun compared to Ikaruga. And, you know, bless my smut-writing heart, I just get a lot more out of that than I do anything else. I feel like we could probably finish up this part, but it's just, I don't know if we have another VN piece to go through or not. So here's the deal. If there is another visual novel piece here, I'm going to call it a night. If not, we'll end chapter 4, and then we'll call it a night. Because you never know with these things sometimes, am I right? Haruka x Ikaruga fanfic when hero? I don't... You know what? God damn it. Ikaruga's birthday is coming up soon. It's just, I have some other priorities right now, but I will try to get a story out for them at some point. Mark my words, I've got like a vacation coming up, probably, which... I'll probably, if I'm not spending time with others, well, it's all gonna depend on things, but let me just take a quick look, see how 4.8 looks. If there is another visual novel in front of it, this is gonna be it for the evening. Oh, by the way, man, you're welcome... God damn it! Before I end this, you are welcome to just call me Fizzer. Hero was my father's name. Alright, yep, yeah. So it's another visual novel piece. I'm sorry, guys, I don't want to be here for another half hour. I am tired as it is, and I can definitely feel the energy waning. So, tomorrow night, for sure, this is going to be the conclusion to Senran Kagura Burst Renewal, the Hebijo route. So, yeah. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here. And, you know, if you're a latecomer, if you're watching through VODs or anything else, please feel free to follow me. As I have it pinned on top. We have 9 followers to go until I can go for affiliate. And I really would appreciate being able to just have that. So... please, it would mean a lot to me. Understandable. At least we'll get it tomorrow. Yeah, we will. I imagine I'm going to be sore tomorrow too, because I think I intend to do a lot of walking around, you know, just hunting Pokemon in the world, at the park. Also, have you ever played any of the Paper Mario games? I have played the Thousand Year Door. I did not finish it. But I did watch the Game Grumps play through it, so technically... Oh, I did play Super Paper Mario on the Wii. That was good. I enjoyed that. That was fun. That was neat. That was nice. But to play those, I'd have to get some kind of a capture device, probably an Elgato. That's just gonna depend on me having to actually put, save up the funds for it or something. We will see. One of these days, we will see. Okay. Yep. Nope. I'm good. Let me see if I can just. I'm gonna try to get back to this because I want to at least try to. Can I can't exit these, right? Yeah, I should be able to. Alright, yeah. Oh, jeez! Dang! I didn't realize I would actually exit the game, goddamn! Wow. Okay. Well... What games do you typically play? RPGs, platformers, shoot... Okay. Sorry, 1 second. That was really surprising to me. I didn't realize that would exit me out of the game entirely. I know I saved multiple times already. It's just... It's just... I really would want to just make sure to be safe and everything else. I'll probably get to that at some point, but, like, it really does vary. Like, I have played... I probably played my fair share of RPGs more than anything. Like, I grew up with Final Fantasy. A lot of wrestling games, actually, too, back in the PS2 era. Mostly Mario, Sonic. As one of my Discord regulars has called it, they've called me a Ninty guy, so I guess that. But I am trying to branch out. Like, you can see in my VODs that I have one for Devil May Cry, so I am trying to branch out. I'm trying new things. Devil May Cry was a bit of a pain, though, because it's a relic of its time, fixed camera angles. Nightmare was a nightmare. Oh, Super Mario Galaxy was great. Yeah, it's gonna depend, because I have played Mario Galaxy already, but there's not really much to deviate from it. Whereas something like Mass Effect, there are so many branches to it that you can just go about different ways with all of that stuff. Alright, yeah, my voice is leaving me. But thank you for being here, Skullbone. Damp here, thank you as always for being here. I don't know if you left for the evening or not. It's cool. I just wanted to thank you for, always being here. But yeah, I'm definitely calling it a night now, guys. Thank you all for watching, and yes, tomorrow, 9 o'clock, we shall finish up, the Hebijo route. It was indeed rough, yes. I'm not sure what to expect from DMC 2. I'm aware of its reputation, but as far as the difficulty, I don't know what to expect. We will see about that. That's probably going to come after Mass Effect 2, though. Alright, but yep, yeah, I'm done. I can't talk for much longer. My voice is definitely gone. Alright, yeah, nope, I don't know why I'm spacing out. Alright, that is it for tonight, guys. As always, thank you again for watching. And again, if you're following through VODs or any other means, just give me a follow on Twitch. Help me get to affiliate, if possible. And I will see you... Have a good night, Damp here. I will see you all tomorrow. Same Fizzer time, same Fizzer channel. Good night.